Welcome back to We're Not Really Here, a very, very happy We're Not Really Here studio. I'm Natalie Pike and I'm joined by Nedum and Stephen McInerney, and we are all ecstatic. We are bouncing around. That was a brilliant 4-1 victory for the Blues tonight against Wolves, and a genuinely brilliant, enthralling, exciting second half to watch. And I hope you all enjoyed it, whether you were watching live on TV or listening to the commentary, or you'll be catching up later. You will enjoy that. Right, Jen, Stephen, I need to come straight to you because I think you're going to burst. You've got so much to say. You're so happy. Go for it.
We are inevitable. We really are. I'm sorry, that was absolutely fantastic. It's freezing out there, but that's warmed me up. It was such a fantastic half of football that. The best thing about it, and we'll get onto it in more detail, I'm sure, but you could see the players, something switched in their head. When they went, obviously when the Wolves equalised, the players, they knew they had a task there, and they were so up for it, and the intensity and the desire and the work rate and the passion. Honestly, absolute dedication. It's just brilliant to watch these footballers do such special things week in, week out. And no matter what the question is, this side have the answer. How would you compete with that? You just can't. It's phenomenal. We're witnessing genuinely special times here as Manchester City fans, and we really, really need to appreciate just how good this side are. Absolutely phenomenal performance against a very, very good side in horrible freezing conditions, yet they were brilliant.
There genuinely was some incredible, beautiful football played there. We were watching, we're very lucky that we're in here to be watching that in the stands, and the oohs and the ahs and the screams that were coming from us because of how good some of that was. What a especially second half, Nedum, it was just a brilliant performance.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm a bit calmer than Steve, to be honest. So I apologise if I'm bringing this, if this is a bit of a downer. But for the way that City played, especially after it went to 1-1, you know, that's the exciting football that, you know, we're very, very privileged to be able to see. Because I think for most of the weeks recently, they've been winning games 1-0, 2-0. It's been comfortable, stroll in the park. But now they had a task, and they just flipped the switch. And the stuff that I was seeing there, Steve said, I don't know how you try and stop that, because it was incredible. I think they've won 4-1, and the keeper's made lots of really good saves. And as I say, you're walking off the field there, and it was only 15, 20 minutes earlier. It was 1-1, and we're thinking, oh, we wonder how this is going to go. And then by the end, it's a blowout.
Do you know what's great for me as a Man City fan? Watching an ex-Man City player, Nedum, sat there genuinely purring over Manchester City players.
He
was so excited, honestly. He was absolutely loving watching Mahrez, and it was like watching an ex-professional footballer who played under Mancini, played at a high level, genuinely purring. How does he do that about Mahrez and people like that? It's just special.
When I see people like Mahrez doing what they're doing, that's when I'm very, very glad I don't have to wear boots anymore. That's the big from a distance. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not down there trying to deal with it.
Yeah, and talking of Riyad Mahrez, he had an absolutely phenomenal game. We'll talk about it a bit more in detail. Before we do, let's hear what he had to say straight after the game.
Riyad, congratulations. I mean, the scoreline looks great, but they made you fight for that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a tough game. I think we started very, very good. Scored the first, we created chances. We could have killed the game in the first half, but I think it was offside for maybe this. Second half was a bit more difficult. They pressed higher, but we still created chances. We could have scored. They managed to score the 1-1, and then we finished very good. We never gave up. Keep going, keep pressing, keep create his chances until we scored.
Yeah, the first half you in complete control, nearly 80% possession, but just the one goal to show for it. That was the danger coming out second half, wasn't it?
I know, that's what I mean, yeah. Sometimes you can have the ball for even 95%, but you have to kill the game, and we didn't do it in the first half, and you always leave like a chance for the opponent to come back in the second half, yeah.
But when you were presented with those questions, you found plenty of answers. 4 goals, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, very great. The last 10 minutes was so good. We scored, and we finished the game. We're very happy. We keep going.
4 trophies still in view, and your management has been talking about no complacency in this team. If there's any complacency in the players, then they may lose their place.
No, we compete very good with each other. It's the only way to improve the level of the team and the squad. But trophies, like I said and everyone said, we have to play game by game and see what happens, because the next game is United, the derby. We need to stay focused to try to win this game.
The quality in the squad is shown by the fact that you can change 5, 6, 7 players and still play at the same level.
Well, it's difficult sometimes when we change 6, 7, but the quality of every player is so good. So everyone make his contributions, and it's very good for the team.
And well done, you're man of the match tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And a very well-deserved man of the match there tonight. There'll be parties in Algeria, I am sure. What a performance from that man today, but what a performance from pretty much everybody all across the pitch. So looking at that second half, the first goal, the Wolves goal, came in around about 60 minutes. Till that point, we felt it was pretty much came against the run of play. They certainly got more into the game in the second half. But Coady's goal on 60 minutes was their first shot of the game and their first touch in our box in the whole game. Also Coady's first ever Premier League goal. So loads of firsts. And to be fair to them, we'll just briefly talk about Nedum, but it was a great goal from him, to be fair.
It was a great goal by him. And I think something that I think we get seduced by sometimes as being Man City fans is seeing us have all the ball and so on and create chances. But overall, when you're on the field, you can still be in the game and not have the ball. You know, you don't lose your confidence because of the teams moving the ball over and over and over, because I think, as Riyad was trying to say there, you could have 95% possession, but if the game's 0-0 or 1-0, whatever, the game is still on. And it only takes a moment to like have the opportunity like that. And he took it well. It was a good ball in from Moutinho. And, you know, Conor Coady's like somebody who I've known for a lot of years, as in him coming through. So good on him to score his first goal. I'm surprised it came from him, but you could see that unfortunately for them was the start of their downfall, which is a bit crazy. But in
the hornet's nest.
Yeah, exactly. They looked comfortable before, and they didn't have the ball, but it's not as if there were tons of chances being created, but from the moment that went in, there was a whole different energy from City.
There really, really was. I like that kick the hornet. It really did feel like that.
You got it wrong. It's a poke, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I get it. But yes, it definitely works. From that moment on, the game the energy in the game changed, and there was a real sense of urgency. For the I felt like for the first 5-10 minutes after the Wolves goal, it became quite end to end. But then we certainly settled back into our rhythm, and then it almost felt like it became a game of attack versus defence, and we were really urgent, really intense, and we seemed to seriously step up another gear.
That's the thing that felt different to me compared to, say, last season. It felt like last season we'd do all this thing, we'd had all the ball and they'd score their first shot. And it became a bit of a meme amongst City fans, like, oh, they'll score their first shot and then we'll concede points or whatever. Whereas this City side, there was like something had woke inside him, the fieriness, the intensity, like it genuinely went up another gear. And it's quite a scary thing that was City kind of strolling it, and then they did have that other level to go to, and you could physically see something change in the players. They were a little bit faster, a little bit sharper, they were swarming forward, to use another Hornet kind of analogy there, but they were all over him, and particularly down the right hand side I thought they were absolutely immense, like Bernardo and Mahrez twisting and turning this way and that way, and once again that when you kind of mix it with that incredible work rate, it's just you feel a little bit sorry for Wolves in a way, I guess. Like genuinely, I don't know how you stop that, and it's once again it just comes down to just intense desire from incredible footballers, and it's quite mad to think that there is that other level, and that we've barely had to see that at the moment. But to me that was one of the best performances I've seen from City in a while. I genuinely rate that highly because it was intensity and it was genuine desire. It was basically City saying, you're not going to stop us on this winning run, and I loved that, and it bodes so well as well ahead of the derby at the weekend. Yeah,
we were really enjoying the passages of play there as well, and then when the goal came, we were celebrating hugely because there was a real sense of relief and accomplishment and satisfaction in it. In terms of the goal in itself, came from Gabriel Jesus, but we've got to give a shout out again to Riyad Mahrez, who sort of started by setting it up, getting to Kyle Walker, who then got the assist in for Gabriel Jesus. What did you make of that goal, Nedum?
Yeah, it's clever from Riyad Mahrez coming inside, but I remember hearing Kyle Walker shouting for the ball, and Mahrez had his back to him, but he knew that the sound was there and he knew the perfect time to play the pass. And, you know, I'm going to give some credit to Kyle Walker here, because I think most people associate him with being in the back three now, but he's gone front foot, and everybody's gone front foot with him, and the fact that he's making that run and making a difference and trying to step up in those big moments, you know, it goes a long way, because they score that goal and then the confidence is so high, and Wolves are now having to ask themselves the question now: do we come out or do we try and set back in? But as the time is passing, it's always a tough decision to make.
And we just kept going from that moment. There was no stopping us at that moment.
Outrageous, yeah, it was outrageous. Should we go through the goals one by one, or should we just talk generally? Because there's one thing that I really liked.
You go for it. You talk about what you want.
Okay, so we spoke to Steve about this. I think it was the third goal when the youngsters come on the field, and he's got the ball on the edge of his box, and City have got a 2-1 lead. So you'd expect most teams to just be dropping off and just saying it's fine. But if you look at the still when that kid had the ball, he had 5 City players around him.
That's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And he gets stripped by City's defensive midfielder who's gone to deal with the issue on the edge of the opposition box. And then before you know it, they win the ball, create a chance, they score a goal. And that's, unfortunately for other sides, that's how clinical and how consistent they are at their absolute best.
Like an intimidating arrogance about that. The fact that we're not going to sit down, we're not scared here, we're going to press that off the pitch, can stick to the game plan. It makes you panic, thinking like, oh, how are we meant to counter this? Like, that level of conviction, once again, is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and to add to that again, I think we spoke before the show, we were talking about Stones, Diaz and so on, but with City, they defend from the front. And that is the prime example, because yes, you can have defenders that win their duels and so on, but if you have a front line that work that hard to win the ball in those type of areas, as well as the reward being that you receive the ball, the second part of the reward is you get a chance very quickly off the back of it. And lo and behold, they scored a goal.
Yeah, and the goal you're talking about come from Riyad Mahrez, man of the match. What a game that guy had.
Yes, it's like you guys knew he was going to have a great day today, so we had to speak about him.
Before,
yeah, I love him. I think there's more games he plays as well for City, the more he sort of understands Pep's system, the more confident he is, and he's getting some isolations there one-on-one, and it's like, as Steve will say and Craig will say as well, I'm just there in the background making all types of noises by some of the stuff that I'm saying, because it's unique, it's special, it's part of the system, but it's a joy to watch, and long may it continue.
It really was, and the noises were like, like it was just
allegedly,
pure, yes.
allegedly,
It definitely happened.
allegedly. Yeah.
And we kept going. We didn't stop at 3. Another goal came at 90 plus 3. Another goal from Gabriel Jesus. VAR had to take a look at it. Were you biting your nails at that point, Stephen?
You never know. They're going to invent some line or some new limb I've never heard of. But no, it was a goal, and it was deserved. And to be honest, I was doing the social media thing, and I think people were a little bit frustrated when he missed that chance at the near post. But it was a good save from Patricio. But I was so delighted to see Gabriel Jesus get the 2 goals, because he worked so hard. And the thing is about Jesus as well, he's touch in tight spaces. The amount of times, and I guess you forget, and I'm lucky to be here in the stadium, admittedly, but the amount of times he had players around him, and he never gives the ball away. You can see why Pep loves him, because his work rate. I mean, strikers aren't just about that these days, but his work rate and his awareness of those around him, and his willingness to do the runs and all that kind of stuff, and then get a couple of goals on top of it. Proper poacher's goal for what it worth. I was delighted for him. And once again, it's just down to his boundless energy and his boundless commitment, and you can't win games without players like that. And I'm just delighted. I'm so happy.
I can see this is a great debut, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think for me, the overriding feeling I have leaving the stadium today is, for as much as they've got incredible talent, they work for each other as a team.
Yeah.
And that is ultimately all you can ask for, and that's a joy to watch.
That's the scariest thing as well, in my opinion. If I was, United or Leicester, watching that, he's like, look, they're not even tired. Like, they seem to find another level, and they should be tired by now, but they're not. It's crazy.
And the next team we're playing is, of course, Manchester United. The derby is on Sunday. If they were watching that, do you think they're pretty scared right now?
Wow. Wow.
Stephen, are they pretty scared right now?
Well, just between me and you and everyone else watching, they're not happy, put it that way.
I think they'll know they'll have to defend well to keep a clean sheet. I don't think they'll be expecting the sort of game they had against Chelsea anyway, unless, there's a significant change in strategy from City, but the 21 games haven't come from being defensive, so let's see what's going on.
Of course, when we played them earlier in the season, we had the 0-0 against them, but we were almost, in a different side, and certainly in a much different vein of form. You won't be expecting us a game like that again.
Listen, any game can finish 0-0. But there's going to be a lot of attacking talent on the field on the weekend, and there's going to be a lot of desire to score goals, especially, from the City side, who have won 21 games in a row. I'm not saying like 5 or 21 games in a row.
Did that ever cross your mind if it was possible as a football player?
No, absolutely not. You try and go on like periods where you go unbeaten and so on, but 21 wins in a row is like to that level where they've probably had to stop counting, because at some point it's like, oh, we're just winning now. Your goal might be to win 5 to win 10. Like for me personally, I feel very lucky, because the moment I touched down from America, City haven't lost. Basically, they've won every single game. So this has been a joy for me to be back home to, and long may it continue.
We thank you. Don't leave the country. Could you
listen,
please
now I'm staying
stay,
here forever now.
stay here?
He's not allowed to anyway now, thankfully.
Well, yes,
yeah,
yes,
exactly. There is
thankfully.
that. There is
Always
that.
positives. So that is, we've equalled the record, 28 wins in a row. So if we beat United on Sunday, that will be a new club record.
Is it 28 unbeaten?
28 unbeaten, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
new club record if we don't get beaten on Sunday would be 29.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You brought me in here to speak on this microphone, but we're in unprecedented areas now, and I don't know. I don't know how to even take that.
As a City fan now, I don't really mind what happens from now, honestly, because we're going to drop points at some point and we're going to lose the game. But I don't care. They've earned a chance to make mistakes now. They really have, because what they've done, and Pep's right to say, is an astonishing achievement and one of the best in their careers. If they lose the next game, it doesn't matter. I know it kind of does technically, but it doesn't matter because they've earned a mistake. They've earned a chance to not be perfect, because they've been perfect for months, and that's just so hard to do in any job. It's hard to do for, never mind just football, but it's sensational watching world-class footballers do world-class things every single minute. It's just ridiculous.
Now let's see a world-class manager and what he thought of the game today. Here's Pep Guardiola.
Pep, that turned into a test in the second half, but you found all the answers.
About second half of the game?
The whole game?
Well deserved. So fantastic game. So we suffer after we conceded a goal, the first shot in target they had. So it's so difficult to play against them. They concede few and they wait the speed they have up front, and all opponents knows it. But we were fantastic. So we play really well in control. After 1-1 we suffer 5 minutes. But we overcome that situation and we create a lot of chances at the end. And well deserved.
You mentioned total control. I mean, you dominated the first half. I suppose the concern is you just got the one goal from that keeps them in the game.
The second half we start really well as well. So I would say we create more chances in 5, 10, 15 minutes. And after we lost 2 balls because we want to attack too quick. So sometimes we want to do the situations too quick. You need more process, as much passes and more calm, more chances we have. And when against this team you open the game, nothing to do. And it happened 5-10 minutes, but the rest was brilliant.
The records go on, 21 wins in a row, 28 unbeaten. You match your own club record. I mean, it's a remarkable achievement, isn't it?
Man United.
That's your concentration. Right?
Man United is the only care. We're going to buy the records and everything we've done in the league when we'll be over. So Man United.
But the kind of performance that you showed tonight, that late burst to seal the game, that's the kind of form that you expect from champions elect?
The champions is, I said yesterday in the press conference, the Liverpool. So the crown belongs to them. We are in the best position right now to take them out, to take it out, and we are going to try. But they are the champions, so and we want to win it for next season, the final season. But that is only reality, and that's why you need 33 points to play. We have 15 points today. Tomorrow our opponent is going to play, but now it's 1 or 2 days off, rest for everyone, especially mentally, because we don't have much time, and prepare the United at home.
Thank you very much, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Love him. And you know that he is totally serious as well, though, when he's talking about, he's not thinking about the records, he's not thinking about anything other than the next game, which is United. And I believe him, Nedum. I believe him. Do you?
Yeah, 100%. I 100% believe him. I think he seems like the type of person where he'll relax when the job is done, and until the season is finished and they have whatever silverware that they've earned the right to have. Until that moment comes, he's not going to be talking about some of these records and stuff like that. And I think that's a great thing about him. He's somebody who is literally focused on the next 3 points. And the next 3 points happen to be against Manchester United, yes. But the approach to this game would be exactly the same as it would be if they were playing Sheffield United. And, that's a great manager to have.
Absolutely super, super focused. Now, you've been tweeting us loads today. Thank you so much. You can always do that using the hashtag WNRH. We're going to have a little look at some of your tweets now. A lot of joyous tweets coming in. A lot of happy Manx out there. A lot of happy City fans. So the first tweet there that we're looking at is coming from Braga, and it says, still a lot of work to do in lots of competitions, but this is such a great run for the club. The true challenge is the Champions League, though. Fight till the end. Yes, Braga. And then we've got one from Chai Carey. Apologies if I've not pronounced your name right. You guys give me so much joy. I think we're all feeling you in that one. They've given us all so much joy. Jake Dodd said, the only thing that VAR has confirmed tonight is that City are unbelievable. Absolutely. And then we've got a tweet there from Brian Horton. Now, I think this might be the actual Brian Horton. And it says, another great win for City, 21 wins on the spin and breaking all kinds of record. Wolves were very hard to break down until late on, but City are relentless. Well done, Pep, and all connected to City. Thank you very much, Brian Horton. Gordzo says, witnessing one of the greatest Premier League teams ever. Hopefully, but Pep would say United. And then we've got SH Neil said, well done, lads. Great result, super goal and display from Riyad. Absolutely man of the match performance from Riyad Mahrez. Lennon says, great win, boys. 3 points, top of the table, 21 wins in a row. Oh, gosh, that's nice. And Stat City, I love Stat City's content. City scored... Now, is that
Adam Carter, top blue.
Yes, Adam, love your stuff. Man City scored 4 goals tonight versus Wolves without registering a single assist. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Need to really think about that.
Oh, I know what he means. Yeah.
Brilliant. Love that. Love that content. See, I told you. And then we've got MCFC Fanatic saying Algerian King. Absolutely. Very, very happy Algerians this evening. Loads of tweets. Thank you so much. We absolutely love them. I can just see them all coming through. Very happy people talking about runs and wins and how happy City have made them tonight. So, yes. Thank you, everybody. Right, just before we finish tonight, we are going to have a little look at Mystery Blue. Now, I have to admit, after goading producer Tom at the weekend that it was too easy, he's got me stumped tonight. And I think my guess I was thinking Rubinho or Daniel Sturridge, and I'm pretty sure that they're not right after Nedum's guess. So let's have a little look at Mystery Blue again. Nedum, who did you say it was?
Felipe Caicedo is who I'm going to say.
Okay, are you having a guess, Stephen?
I went for Vassell, but I'm doubting myself now as well.
Okay, let's have a look then.
Oh, it is
right, Felipe Caicedo. Very nice. I feel like you have an advantage considering you played with him.
No, Tom, if you're going to try and catch me out, at least find somebody I didn't play with.
That was your only failing tonight, Thomas. You had a player on the sofa that had played with him. But let me have a look. Did anybody guess this on the Twitter? Daria... No! Tom! Nobody got it on Twitter! Nedum, you're the only one that got that. He is the only one that played with him, though, that's probably watching this show.
Mic
so
drop.
So just saying. But there was, I thought our guesses were quite... Somebody else said Daniel Sturridge, so I don't feel so bad there. But all right, Tom, well done. Well done. Right, let's just have a quick look before we finish at our next 5 games, and we'll have a little look at the league table just for the joy of that. So our next 5 games that are coming up, of course, we've got United on Sunday. That's at 4:30. There's a very special We're Not Really Here on Sunday, starting from 3:30. So make sure you tune in. Best build-up you can get for City's games, of course. Then next Wednesday, we are at home again to Southampton. Saturday, the 13th of March, we are away at Fulham. And then on the 16th of March is our second leg of the Champions League here against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then the 20th of March, it's the FA Cup 6th round against Everton. So 5 games all in a row, still to come in March. 3 league games, a Champions League game, and then an FA Cup game. Just to keep it, different for you all. Now, let's have a quick look at the table before we finish for tonight. Like I say, just for the lols, just because it brings me so much joy. Right, top of the table, Manchester City, play 27, 65 points. Second place, Manchester United. Do you know how many points they're behind us, Stephen?
An awful lot is my guess.
15 points behind us. Manchester United on 50. Leicester City in third. They're on 49 points. Fourth place, go on West Ham United, 45. Fifth place, Chelsea, 44. And then let me just scroll down. Hold on a minute. I just need to scroll down in my iPad to get lower than that. There we go. Somebody's in sixth on 43 points, which is a whopping 22 points behind us. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute joy to have you this evening. Stephen, I feel like you particularly have just had a wonderful night.
I've had a great time. Wonderful time. Great company. Watching Man City score a load of goals. Fun stuff. God, I just sat there watching Pep before, by the way, and I was just like, I love him. I absolutely love him. I love it at the moment being a City fan. It's really, really good. It's really, really good, isn't it? It's just meant. What a time.
Last word ahead of the derby on Sunday. What are you thinking?
Manchester is blue.
Nedum, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
My
You
pleasure.
also have had a wonderful night as well. You very much enjoyed that. We could tell by the noises.
Yeah, I did, and the best thing is because I shared it with Steve. So to be in with a fan as opposed to a player is a different experience.
Oh, thank you, man.
But he's a different type of fan because I think you're someone that will be very dear to the hearts of players because I think you get what's going on, and I like that.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, that's made my year. So
I'm just saying, I was sat there as well with the two.
Yeah,
of
I'm
them.
used to you though,
We
Natalie,
were-
that's the
we were-
thing.
I
I'm
was-
used to you.
I was
I'm
in-
used to
I
you.
was in the stands too, but it's okay. Nothing's going to bring me down. So thank you so much for joining us on We're Not Really Here this evening. What a brilliant night. So that is 21 wins in a row, 28 games unbeaten, which equals our club record. We'll try and break that record on Sunday, where we welcome our red neighbours here. 4:30 kickoff. You can catch it all early on We're Not Really Here for the build-up. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Go to sleep now, Blues, with a big, big smile on your faces.